tangram isn't that hard. You're just not thinking about it right. You need to be more flexible. You should be open to the idea that what looks like one thing might just be a small part of something. The outside shape doesn't always... Just like that. Well, I think that according to legend, the tangram happened when someone dropped a square tile. When he tried to put them back together, he discovered that he could... Well, I think that according to legend, the tangram happened when someone dropped a square tile and it broke into 7 pieces. When he tried to put them back together, he discovered that he could shape it into many... Well, if it weren't for that, wouldn't the tile just be a boring tile? But because of what happened, it's now a famous puzzle that sometimes, in order to find a greater purpose, you have to be broken first. I don't think we get the luxury of choosing what happens to us. I never said that. We don't get to decide what happens to us, but we can always decide how to respond to it. That's a stereotype, and you know it. Stop choking! I told you, I'm not interested in that sort of thing. Don't worry.
Good morning. I hope you slept well. You're our guest, after all. Well, there's not much I can do about that. You have to admit it's a lot nicer than police custody, though. Confessions can be recanted. It's best to have the most solid case possible in I'm sure they'll use my brother too, but the fact remains that you're the one who solved the case. That makes you the strongest witness they... You'd be surprised what expensive lawyers are capable of doing. We need the most airtight case possible. Miko might seem like a relaxed guy, but he's thorough. Yeah, Miko like Gursky. You think so? Anyway, you should thank me for convincing him to let you stay with us. With us, you get a nice bed, good food, and...
Aki, I got the coffee!
Coffee.
Be careful.
Oh.
Ooh, nice save. That's Li Mei.
That's Li Mei for you.
She's a quiet child. Anyway, there's too much going on in her head, so it's a little hard on her to maintain conversations.
Not exactly.
Why don't we talk about it on the... To speak with our client, of course. Glad you're awake. At least you're honest. Should we have gotten you something stronger than a triple shot? We have a long way to go to meet with our client, and he's the sort of guy who will get very You're overflowing with questions. I suppose you're not the only one with questions, though. In fact, you're a pretty big question mark yourself. Let's make a deal, shall we? You ask a question, then I ask a question. You're a kid. We're a special investigation agency. Our work isn't always as exciting as corporate espionage and murder. More often than not, we're just snapping photos of cheating law. As for why the police trust us, that's sort of a weird story. Okay, what's your name? You do realize how suspicious it makes you look when you hide it, right? Things are only as complicated as you want them to be. We're going to have to call you something, though. Is Kansei okay? Roughly translated, it means strong emotions. It's sort of a play on Kansei. We call the ability to feel other people's emotions Kansei. It's like a super sensitivity. Since you have a type of Kansei, we can call you Kansei. Kan-gai. Get it? I never claimed to be good at picking names. I'll see what I can do. Is that your next question? Lee May never complained about it. Now that's definitely a new question. A small estate out in the countryside. It belongs to one Mr. William Otten. Got it in one. Yep. Well, until she was murdered, that is. We reported to him yesterday about what happened. That, and the fact that Miss Bergstrom claimed a third party was also interested in the information. He didn't sound too happy about that, so he ordered us to come see him today and give a full report in person. I can't blame him. His entire company's at stake here. I hope you don't mind coming with us. Since you were there yesterday, it seems... Who knows? Word is that he really hates the city. His assistant said that he rarely leaves his house, conducting most meetings via satellite. Rich people are eccentric. Comes with... Maybe it is. Alright, next question. Where are you from? I'd rather you don't lie about it. Miko told me about it. Yesterday you told him that you were from LA, but when he asked you about precincts, you didn't correct him. In Los Angeles, police work districts, not precincts. I'm surprised he didn't cuff you on the spot for lying to him. Actually, no, I'm not. And before that? Of course. Go ahead. All of us have a sort of Kansei like you do. We can all sense thoughts and feelings to some extent. Li Mei's Kansei is probably the purest form of them all. She experiences the emotions of everyone around her. Everyone. If you're happy, she's happy. If you're sad, she's sad. Everyone else's emotions are constantly streaming into her mind. She has to spend a lot of her energy sorting out which feelings are hers and which aren't. My turn now. Where did you live before Los? Oh, am I really that predictable? I'm not going to answer. What? Here. 3 years. I suppose that makes sense. We've only been here for 2 years. Well, I guess that was my question. Your We stopped the assassination of a visiting dignitary. Everyone makes a big deal about it, but it was sort of a fluke. Naoki was trailing a businessman and secretary who were putting in extra hours at an expensive hotel. He saw the assassin, thought it was suspicious, and called me in. We intercepted the assassin, saved the day, and apparently that makes us trustworthy heroes. Seriously. So, you're the boy with a Kansei that allows you to experience the final moments of any dead body you touch. You should be used to the ridiculous by now.
You missed it.
Oops!
What? Ow!
Sorry, missed a turn.
Yeah, I noticed. I guess we're almost...
Yep, just a few minutes now. Anyway, what were we talking about? He's one of those self-made men you hear about all the time. Built Autumn Engineering himself from the... But he's also ridiculously secretive. No interviews, hardly any TV appearances. His assistant, Sophia Millerson, does most of that. This is it. Yeah, it kinda does. I guess since he always stays inside, he doesn't care.
Are you the representatives from...
Yep, I'm Aki Mizutani. You must be Sophia Millerson. We spoke on the phone.
You're not exactly what I pictured.
Being a private investigator involves having an appearance that doesn't stand out, ma'am.
Truly. Well, come in. Mr. Otten seems Are these...
They are. This is Li Mei, and this is my brother Naoki.
And he is?
That would be Kansei.
Kansei? Unusual.
sorry. It's the best I could do on short notice. He should have given me something to work.
It's a retina detector. The house takes a shot of the eyes of anyone who passes through. It's useful for identification. There are other sensors around the house that also capture your retina image. The house can remember your preferences and adjust things like lighting and temperature as soon as you enter the room. Mr. Alton lives here because he enjoys the peace and quiet being away from this house, however, has the most cutting-edge security possible, including quite a few innovations not yet available on the market. Now, please don't dawdle. Mr. Alton's other guest is already here waiting for you.
Other guests?
Oh no.
Oh, great. I should have known you'd be here.
Miko! To what do we owe the pleasure?
Detective Gursky played a major role in the apprehension of the murderer yesterday. It's only natural that he'd be invited back here by Mr. Alton.
Yeah, I was actually there, unlike some people.
Please make yourselves comfortable. Mr. Alton is finishing up on a conference call. He'll see you once it's finished.
Ooh, can we explore the house?
If you wish. The house currently logs you all as guests, so any doors you are authorized to pass through will open on...
Let's go!
Okay.
Sorry I'm late. I got lost on the way here. Do you know how easy it is to miss that? You must be Liam Otten. I've heard so much about you. It's okay. I'm not here to talk about all those rumors. Rich people always get the worst of it, don't... And even if they are true, you're free to do what you want with your life. No one should judge you for your choices, right? Oh, right! Marissa Klein from Modern Trends. I'm here for the... Did your uncle not tell you about it? Pretty! Oh! Marissa Klein.
Yes, I heard.
Oh, good. So we can skip the...
I'm afraid I'm only here for business, ma'am.
Oh, don't call me that. It makes me feel so old. Or are you supposed to be all formal with me because you work here?
I don't work here.
A guest? Even more... Are you an art...
Please refrain from touching the art. Miss Klein, I presume?
Yep. Sorry,
You're 2 hours late. Mr. Alton has other business to attend.
Hang on! I called and said I'd be late, though.
I don't recall receiving...
You didn't tell her? You're the one who answered the phone when I called. Why didn't you tell her? Wait, what's your name? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry! I thought you were Liam Otten!
Miss Klein, you may have called ahead, but the fact remains that you are very late, and Mr. Alton has a strict...
Wait, this This is my first major interview. Is there any way I can squeeze it in today?
Come with me.
Oh, thank you!
Kansei? Did Aki pick that name for you? She's notoriously bad at naming things. When she was a girl, she had a cat that was born with only a stub for a tail. She named the cat Stubtail. I'm sorry you're stuck with those kids right now. If I had my way, I wouldn't group you in with them. They all belong to the government. You know that, right?
Miko, are you gossiping about me again?
I'd rather you don't feed our friend Kansei here any misinformation.
Well, I haven't lied to him, if that's what you mean.
Mr. Alton will see you now.
Of course! It'll be a winner, so be sure to look out for it. Bang! Hey, Sophie, you don't mind if I have a look around, interview the staff?
Please make it quick.
Righto!
Shall we get going? Mr. Alton,
Good. No, go away. Get out! Get him out!
What did you do?
Sophia, get rid of him!
I'll take care of it right away, sir. Please follow me this way, Kansei. Please follow me this way, Kansei. I apologize for Mr. Alton's sudden outburst. He's prone to unnatural mood swings based on unidentified provocation. We can proceed with your discussion after he... Mr. Alton called for you. Once he settles down, he'll want to speak with you again. Until then, please make yourself at home while I go to work.
Are you okay? Yeah, sorry about that. Just sympathizing with you. What do you think?
It's no good. Mr. Otten's refusing to come out. Detective Gursky is still up there trying to talk to him, but he won't. No, I can't think of anything I've read that's like this.
I don't know what you did, but you've got Mr. Otten bunkered up in there pretty good. Yeah, I saw. It doesn't make any sense, though. He seemed pretty... Li Mei, what do you think?
He's scared.
Yeah, we figured that much out already. Anything else? What about...
He was not surprised.
Whoa. Hey, I didn't know we were having guests today. I don't know how you managed to get 3 at once. That's a pretty sweet haul of chicks, man.
But I'm a guy.
Well, crap. Ah, well, I've seen worse. Let's see. A bunch of people hanging out in a lobby for no reason? That's an easy one. Uncle called you out here, and now he's having a hissy fit and making you wait. Am I right?
Got it in one. And you must be Liam Ott.
I'm Liam, alright? But who are you? You definitely don't look like business partners. Uncle's not the kind of guy who lets just anyone enter. He's all crazy paranoid that way.
If he's as paranoid as you say, why are you here?
I'm family. It's not like he's got a choice.
Ah, so you're visiting your uncle today?
No, I live here.
Really? That's even cooler. Must be kind of boring for you, though.
Huh?
I was looking around earlier, and nearly all the doors are locked.
That's because you're a visitor. You don't get many access privilege. I'm allowed in, like, every room.
Like?
Yeah. There's like a lock on his office in the security room. Those rooms are pointless.
Oh, well, if that's all. Hey,
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't suppose I could ask you for a favor.
What?
Well, seeing as your uncle seems to be hanging us both out to dry, maybe we could at least spend the time doing something interesting.
Like...
I don't know. Maybe you could show me around. We could poke around your uncle's precious privacy while he's busy being...
I guess I've got nothing better to do with my time.
Aki.
Split up and explore what you can. Something about this doesn't settle well with me at all, and we might not get another chance.
Yeah, Aki has a way with people. She uses her Kansei to push someone's thoughts in the direction she wants. Nothing that powerful. Just subtle suggestions, like a whisper in the back of your mind.
She can't. Those with Kansei are more sensitive. You'd know it's her voice.
To us, it sounds like she's speaking directly, but normal people only feel like they've just had a random impulse. Nothing. We should I'd rather not split up if we don't have to. Well, I got stuck in an elevator once because I couldn't figure out how to get it to go to an...
It's true.
Is it really okay? Is that okay with you, Lee May?
It's fine.
But what if something happened? Really? Oh. rather not go. Then I'll take the one on the left.
Yes.
Oh, Kansei! I'm sorry about before. I just assumed you were Liam because you look like you're his age. So what are you? No, I meant here, at Mr. Work? What kind of work do you do? Then we're the same! You and I are both people who try to uncover the... So you're here to investigate Liam, aren't you? I knew it was only a matter of time before Mr. Otten got tired of... Just between you and me, I really think all those rumors about Liam are the least of what he's done. That's the real reason I came here, you see. I want to see if this family has any dirty little secrets that I can expose. Once I write a hard-hitting article about all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes here, everyone will see what a great journalist I am. We could work together, you know. I'll even list you as one of my sources. It'll help your career, won't it? Great! We can cover so much ground if we split up. I bet if we explore right now, we can find something good. Whoops! Sorry, darling, didn't see... Good idea.
She's strange. The door won't open. No guests allowed.
Oh, hey. Well, no reporter on this side. That room is full of Chinese artifacts. Well, should we keep exploring the house? Whoa, are you okay?
It's happening.
What's going on?
Scared. He's scared.
Who? Kansei?
Whoa, kid, calm down. Mr. Otten has been unusually quiet for a while. Are you sure everything is okay? Is there any way we can force ourselves in?
It's certainly unorthodox.
I think he'd be even less pleased if he needed medical attention.
Very well. The only way to open the office without express permission is to reset.
And how
Someone needs to reboot the system manually. Then someone else has to enter the restart code within 10 seconds of the system being rebooted.
Sounds complicated.
It's meant to provide maximum security. I'm the only one here who knows the code, so someone else will have to go to the basement to reset. It is, but I can open it from here. Once you head down there, everything will be fine.
Alright, Naoki, go reset it.
What?
You?
Yeah, he could do it.
Sure, why?
Alright, the reboot process is fairly simple. Just flip all the switches off, then on. Then push the reset button.
Sorry, kid. There's nothing you can do now. You were right about Mr. Otten. He's dead.
He was already dead when we got there. Sophia tried to revive him, but...
I stopped her. It was too risky. It's not important. Sophia, I know you're upset, but we need to contact the police.
All signal is blocked off in this place. Mr.
Is there a landline I can use?
In there. I'll show you.
He's gone.
Migala checked his pulse, but he was already dead. Yeah, she was going to use CPR, but Detective Gursky stopped her. He said that Mr. Otten looked like he had been poisoned, and she might get poisoned herself if she tried mouth-to-mouth. We should tell Aki what happened.
She's coming.
Hey, what happened? The lights went out. Died? How? Did you read his last moments? What about you? Did you see it?
I got it.
Good. Then we'll take a look at it later.
The police are on their way. It's a bit of a drive for them, so we'll have to sit. I suggest we all wait downstairs. As I don't have any jurisdiction here, it's only a suggestion. But it's the best option if you want to stay unnoticed.
Always the gentleman. Nothing. Anyway, we should probably follow his suggestion and head downstairs. We wouldn't want to get into any more trouble than we already are.
It's not you.
It means that Miko shouldn't talk so much.
Do you truly want to know? But do you want one? We're on parole for crimes past. Gursky is our parole officer.
glad you could make it. Did you take a wrong turn somewhere? You okay? Miss Millerson wasn't feeling well, so Naoki offered to make some tea for her. Aki said she had to use the restroom, although I suspect she just wanted to look around. And I'm never entirely sure what Lee May is doing. The house is in lockdown right now, so it won't let any of us leave until Sophia unlocks it. I guess you can roam around or do whatever you... What? Well, that's not true. I don't know where you've been all these years or why, but that look in your eyes is still the same. The one that says you're already trying to figure everything out. It's like watching someone who just started work on a puzzle. You're digging through the pieces and looking to build a frame, but you don't have much yet. I doubt you would. We've never met in person. I sure heard a lot about you, though. Both of you. Not enough, apparently. I thought you were dead. We all did. Do you have any idea how much work was put into finding you? You know, back in the day, I couldn't go 10 minutes without hearing your names. Oh, they're so great. What heroes these kids are. Why can't we have such helpful people here? What a joke. When we found her body, the first person they looked for was you, but you were nowhere to be found. At first, they thought you'd been kidnapped. As days passed, what? Oh, you know, back in the day, do you have any? Not enough. I sure heard a lot about you, though. I doubt you would. You're digging through the pieces and looking to build the one that says you're already trying to figure. I don't know where you've been all these years or... Well, that's not true. What? What? Well, that... I don't know where you've been all these years or why. The one that says you're already trying to figure out... You're digging through the pieces and looking to... I doubt you would. I sure heard... Not enough, apparently. Do you have any idea how much... You know, back in the day, I couldn't go 10 minutes without hearing your names. Oh, what a joke. Oh, they're so great. What heroes these kids... What a joke. When we found her body, the first person they looked for was you. At first, they thought you'd been kidnapped. As days passed, they thought maybe you'd been killed. When I saw you yesterday, I thought you had finally come back to do something worthwhile again. What about your sister's murder? You're the only witness, but you ran away. Why? Things are only as complicated as you want them to be. Then maybe you should listen. Sorry, kid. I'm sworn to uphold the law, even if you don't want me getting involved. We'll talk about this more later, but I got a call this morning about my report from yesterday. You've already caused a disturbance with your return. Are you kidding? She was the first. They'd find you eventually. It was only a matter of time. Yeah, I'd say so. If it weren't for Aki's insistence that you stay with her, I'm sure they'd already have come to take you back. Oh, I don't know. Why don't you try actually having a backbone this time around? The present only exists because of the past, you know. But I see your point. Figuring out the cause of death for Mr. I'll be upstairs. Come talk to me if you find... I don't know, kid. I can't just march in and declare it's a murder without... For all we know, he can... Hard to say. His reaction when he saw you certainly was... it's not a level of fear you see in most people. He very likely could have done something foolish. Now, I never said that. There are a lot of things that might drive someone to suicide. But in... Back then... Well, technically, they're not on record as having committed any crime. Handler is more like it. I'm supposed to make sure they don't cause any trouble. That'll be the day. Hustling, mostly. The twins ran a lot of cons. Aki's got some sort of charm about her that makes people trust her. She's really manipulative, and her life is nothing but... Naoki's a good kid, but he'll do anything his sister tells him to do. And he's a fast learner. He can pick up on pretty much anything. They came to Edgewater 2 years ago and wreaked havoc for a good year before we finally... But Aki is Aki. Somehow, she managed to cut a deal. Clean records in turn. So now, the government uses them as investigators, spies, or anything else requiring... It's not an inaccurate. And on that note, be careful about what she says. She's not a liar, but she likes... I'm afraid that's classified information. Alright then.
Whoa! Sorry, dude. Never seen you around before. Oh, good. I can't stand Liam's... Kevin, I'm the IT guy. I run all the security here. Got a blip in my system saying the power went out, so I came here to see what happened. Sophia hasn't been answering my calls. Master code unlocks any door. And who are you again? Wicked. So Big Will is finally gonna bring down the hammer on Liam in his little nightlife. Passed away? As in... dead? Whoa. Sorry, man, this is just... Wow, I can't believe it. It's kinda... Well, as fine as a guy his age can look. Well, as fine as a super paranoid guy his age... Well, as fine as a super paranoid guy who drinks a lot at his age. So... Holy cow! Murdered?! I guess that's what he meant. Mr. Otten never liked to talk about his history. Anytime someone asked, he'd always say that he buried his past. Once, when he'd had a little too much to drink, he told me that he was afraid that one day, his past would come back and return. Man, dead? Sorry, that's just too weird. So, are the police gonna quit? Well, I guess I'll hang out here until then. I'll be in the security room if you need me. It's the first door on the left here in this hallway.
Oh, Kangai! Did you find out anything about Mr. Otten or Liam? What? Are you kidding? Are you sure? Murdered? I suppose that shouldn't come as much of a... William Otten is not a popular man. His business practices are already reprehensible, and there have been rumors of unethical treatment of some of... That's why I came. I was hoping I'd be able to I write for a humanitarian blog dedicated to unearthing the hidden... We've covered everything from torturing prisoners of war to... No, that part's true. I found that being a journalist for a magazine of fluff pieces puts people at ease. It's just that I also happen to run a blog that publishes a lot of humanitarian pieces. I guess it's my best attempt at being a hero. Well, don't quote me on this, but I got a tip that he headed up a series of government-funded experiments conducted on unborn children. A group of women were asked to volunteer for a sleep study, but the study was just a cover to administer an experimental drug. The effects weren't immediately evident, though. The drugs were meant to genetically alter any children that the women might have. The exact nature of the alteration is unknown, unfortunately. Most of the women suffered A little over 20 years ago, most of these women were in college. They were offered a large amount of money for participating in a sleep study, and they leapt at the opportunity. As the years passed, each discovered she was unable to have children. Most couldn't even get pregnant, but several had miscarriages. One gave birth prematurely. The child only lived for 3 days. He was definitely part of it. As far as I can tell, he was one of the people running the experiment. I don't know who ordered it or what his role was beyond that. Everything I have is circumstantial, though. I've tracked down the surviving women in the study, but unless I can find Mr. Otten with something, One of them died shortly after the study took place. Complications. Are you all right? Those. Well, recently, word's been going around that Liam Otten is involved in dog... Not to mention extremely... I'm fairly certain he was just getting fed up with Liam's antics. It's one thing, but the heat from Liam's participation in animal cruelty is bad publicity he didn't. I heard he was planning on cutting Liam from his will. As far as I can tell, no. But you'd really have to ask someone more. Sure thing. See you soon.
What's up? Yeah, I did. What? Sure, why not? Since Mr. Otten hired you, you'd probably be allowed in here anyway. Welcome to my Fortress of Solitude. This is the command center for the entire house. Not everything. Mr. Otten's office is strictly off limits. Very private, you know. No one knows what he does in there. As if it isn't all. Mr. Otten never likes to be far from his booze. His solution to anything stressful? Of course, he tries to hide it because it's not very professional, but every time he walks out of that room, he You're kidding, right? You must be new around here. Mr. Otten's infamous around these parts. He's a ruthless sort of dude. Any little guy tries to start something new, he crushes him. Poaches employees, spreads rumors, heck, he's even brought in the courts multiple times. He'll say that these other companies are infringing on his trademark or something equally stupid. Of course, that's only the stuff we know about. If you ask me, he's got more than just dirty business practices going on. I mean, seriously, look at this place. No one builds a house like this in the middle of nowhere unless he's gonna hide. If he's not doing something illegal, I'll eat my motherboard. The money. Duh. Never actually witnessed him do anything illegal, and maintaining his security system is harmless. So even if he goes down, I can't be held responsible for anything. Yeah, Mr. Otten offered it to me. Well, yeah, he handpicks everyone who... I graduated in the top of my class at a university he funds. He offered this job to me straight out of college. Yeah, that's the word for it. You mean all the drinking and gambling, or extra stupid stuff? Oh, the dog fights then. Well, yeah, I'm the reason Mr. Otten found out in the first place. He asked me to track Liam's movements on his phone. There's a surprise. Anyway, I noticed Liam was spending more and more time in a corner of town that's not really hot on the usual party clubs, so I found out that Liam was watching dogfights, and in some cases, funding them himself. Big Will was furious when I told him. When you showed up, I thought he had hired a private investigator to get some proof. I guess it's kind of a moot point now. Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
I don't know. Does it bother you? Death. He was very scared. Yes, but even though I felt his fear, I knew that I was not scared. I'm not scared, but I still feel scared. Does Thank you. Naoki is scared. Oh. Sophia is sad. She feels as if there is no hope, but there is also relief. Marissa is scared and disappointed. There's so much emotion inside of her. It's all flowing at the same time. She wants to be happy, but she also... Humans are very complicated. Kevin is uncertain. He does not know what he should be feeling. And Liam, I can't. He is with Aki right now. She is manipulating his emotions with her Kansei. I cannot tell what is his and what is not. I'm not allowed to speak about that. I'm authorized to share anything that might aid your investigation. No dust settles here. It means that this place is quiet and safe from influence of the outside. If you wish. Most are safety charms meant... They are the 4 legendary creatures: tortoise, dragon, phoenix, and tiger. Many things. Seasons, directions on the compass, sometimes schools of thought. Overall, they represent... The tiger and the dragon are mortal enemies. The dragon represents cunning and intelligence. Dragon and tiger, mind and body. They fight each other constantly, but neither can win. What bothered...
He was told to destroy all of this. Old research, very old research that certain people in the government want to pretend never happened. It's a long story, kid. Let's put it this way. A few years ago, I stumbled upon a lot of things I wasn't supposed to. Specifically, an old experiment that William Otten was involved with. I got in a lot of trouble for what I saw. I was supposed to be erased from the system entirely, but I was given a second chance. Transfer to Edgewater and stop the twins who were running around the city causing trouble. They figured if they stuck me here, I'd be out of the way and I'd have my hands full with the twins. I don't think they expected me to catch them so soon. I was Aki's arresting officer, yes. We technically never caught Naoki. Aki went down fighting so that he could escape. We spent 3 days looking for him and not a thing. Then, less than an hour after she cut a deal, he showed up on our doorstep to turn himself in. Like magic! Part of me suspects that she planned it all in advance. That's a pretty strong claim. Is that... This definitely warrants a closer look. I think I'll go speak with her about it. We can talk more about this later.
Hey. She's feeling better. She was crying pretty hard when we found Mr. Otten.
Kansei, I hope you don't mind if I... How did you know that something bad happened to Mr. Otten?
That's...
Naoki, please. I was asking Kansei.
Sorry.
So? A sixth sense? As in psychic? Can you give me details on how... I see. I suppose it's different then. Many years ago, Mr. Otten experimented with extending the mental capacities of human beings. It's not like what you described, though.
What sort of experiments?
I don't really know much about it. He just mentioned it in passing once, so I thought maybe that had something to do with it. He was terribly drunk at the time, though, so I suppose he might not have even been telling... I'm sorry, I'm jumping to the strangest conclusions here. I must not be in a very good frame of mind right... I don't know what I'm going to do now that he's gone.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I just really want to find the person who did this. If there's anything you need to know, just ask, okay?
What do I think? I think it's terrible. I really don't like having to see... I really can't say... Well, Liam Liam is pretty angry with his uncle. His eyebrows went down every time he covered his face when Aki started asking more questions, so I'm pretty sure Marissa's hiding something too. Every time she smiles, her eyebrows go up, as if she's worried. After she finished her interview with Mr. Otten, she was even more I'm pretty sure Marissa's hiding something too. Every time she smiles, her eyebrows go up, as if she's worried. After she finished her interview with Mr. Otten, she was even more nervous than before. Sophia was pretty frustrated when we came, but now... You mean that guy with the red hair? I didn't really... I've been studying body language for a while now. Feel free to come talk more if you...
Mr. Otten values my services. I am a trained professional and an excellent personal assistant. I have personal reasons, but my employment is both legal and moral. A sleep study? I do recall one from about 20 years ago, government-sponsored. I believe he was working with a partner at the time. Of course I do. His name was Shen Guan. He was Liam's father. Mr. Guan and Mr. Otten were partners, and Shen later married Mr. Otten's sister. It's my understanding that Liam's name was changed when Mr. Otten took custody of him. Both Shen Guan and his wife died a long time ago. No need to apologize. This was all before my time, of course. I'm only telling you. He was. Liam's actions were very costly in terms of both money and public image. When Liam took up dogfighting a few months ago, that was the last straw. Last week, Mr. Otten informed Liam that he was furious, naturally. He called Mr. Otten a selfish and greedy old man, and he said that he'd make him regret his decision. Mr. Otten never got around to doing it. A lawyer was scheduled to visit next week. As it stands, all of Mr. Otten's fortune... Of course.
Sorry, Khan. I was just upstairs with Liam. Oh, don't look at me like that. For your information, I was just asking Liam about... Did you know that none of Mr. Otten's personal... Well, then Kevin was lying. Let's just say that he strongly believes it's in his best... Got it in one. Kevin's family owns a small business that's in serious trouble. Mr. Otten pulled a few strings to keep the creditors away, and they'll stay away as long as Kevin works for him. As for Sophia, it seems her husband's heart is failing. Mr. Otten promised to move him to the top of the recipient list for the company's new organ creation. I have to admit, if we want to get to the bottom of this, we're going to need another look at the crime scene. Oh, I'm the last person he'd let in. But we don't need the real thing. We've got something just as good.
Hello.
I called him here, of course. This is what my Kansei is actually good for. Naoki, show us. Of course not. We're still in the main lobby. You're looking at Naoki's memory right now. My Kansei allows me to share the thoughts of whoever I touch. Have a look around, of course. Does anything look suspicious? So, what do you think? That's logical, but how could anyone poison his drink in the first?
Maybe the killer poisoned the cognac before...
So if we found out who gave him the cognac, we'd find the... Well, he did mention that his uncle likes it. It sure makes poisoning him easy though, huh? I see Miko has been talking to you. Well, I won't deny that we've done things on both sides of the law, but we're not just a bunch of criminals, okay? But... good point. So what you're saying is, it is possible to enter without him. He just said that we could get it if we had a code. I'm pretty sure she already did.
What do you need?
Yeah. It's better than sending a text, although the range isn't that great. But first things first. A little favor, brother dearest.
Every time you say that, we do something illegal.
Well, it's for a good cause.
You always say that, too.
I suppose I do. But you'll help, right?
What do you want?
When you guys first opened Mr. Otten's office, you saw Sophia's security code, right? Well, we're just going to try a little experiment and see if it works on other doors. Like the one on the security room. I'll distract Kevin while Con turns the power off. Kevin will no doubt head to the basement to fix the problem. Once the power's back on, Naoki will use Sophia's code to get the two of you access to the security room. I'll stall Kevin long enough for you two to get a quick look. See what you can get and get out of there. Got it?
Got it.
Good, then wait for my signal. Alright, Con, you're up. Good job, now get out and quick! Alright guys, get going! on! Naoki, we're out of time! Get out of there! So? These numbers are pretty recent. I see a lot of references to other companies. I've got nothing. That's cool. We'll talk later.
Hey. Just wondering if you were on good terms with that police dude. Huh. I told him I wanted to go, and he was all like, I can't leave because Uncle is something or other. What are you talking about? Wait, so that means... Well, there's irony. Oh, come on. What if the man makes artificial hearts for a living, but his own ticker fell? Why should I be? He was due for it soon enough with the way he was drinking. Yeah, figured as much. Well, that's that, I guess. Am I supposed to? I've lost family. Really, it's more annoying than anything else. Right. Can't believe I'm locked in this stupid place because of a stupid heart attack. Okay, officer. You win. I'll stay here in this stupid house for as long as you want.
Liam Otten! Just the man I...
Yeah, I guess.
I'd like to interview you for the magazine mod...
Oh, hi again. Oh, her. Did you want some? What? Are you? Oh, right. You're with Aki. She said you guys were economics students studying Uncle's business practices. Well, you can ask me anything you want, but I don't really pay attention. Who told you that? Well, the answer is no. Uncle never did anything like that. And if anyone is saying things... He made a promise to Mom, too, you know. Said he'd take care of me. There's no way he'd... Listen, sometimes he might just say things to, you know, try to convince me. He does that all the time. So? No, he was just trying to scare me, like he always does. There's nothing more. Lots of people. This is stupid. I don't have to tell you. Well, Sophia and Kevin, yes. He said that in order to trust someone, money can't be involved in the equation. What, you think one of them killed Uncle? What would they have to gain? If he's dead, it's not like he could pay them. You're asking weird questions. Oh, hey! Yeah, just heading back upstairs to my room. There's like nothing to watch on TV. Yeah? Why is it that that's all anyone ever talks about? Sure, whatever, yes. Because I was bored, duh. Oh, please. Animals fight all the time in nature, so why shouldn't we throw a little money on it? Yeah, okay. Forget I asked. Let me guess. You're a vegetarian. Yeah, I figured as much. I'm out of here.
What are you talking about? Sort of. Well, when I push a thought into someone's mind, it can be anything. An idea, a desire, or in some cases, a simple scream. It has a sort of disorienting effect. Confuses the senses momentarily. Comes in handy more than you'd expect. You could be impressed and disgusted. Impressed?
Well then, that's an interesting turn. That would do it. Am I to assume that Mr. Alton never actually got around to make... Great. Alright then.
Has someone been talking about my husband? That boy. Yes, my husband's heart is failing. Mr. Alton allowed my husband preferential treatment in exchange for my services. I may not receive a paycheck, but I value my husband's well-being even more. Now please do not pry any further into my private life. Those are some of his ledgers from one of his smaller companies. Well, he's bought most of them up under various names or through organizations that he heads. Meaning that his ownership of these companies is not readily evident. Yes. Many of these companies are financial institutions. His ownership of them could be seen as a conflict of interest with his business decisions at Auten Engineering. Sadly, I could name several. Mr. Auten wasn't a very popular man in the business world. His most recent project stepped on a lot of toes. Mr. Auten wasn't a very... Organ replication. Auten Engineering is concerned mostly with mechanical organs like artificial hearts or lungs. But lately, Mr. Auten has been trying to find a way to grow organs from living tissue. The process involves taking a tissue sample from the patient and using it to recreate the organ they need replaced. It ensures compatibility and it allows for replacement of things impossible to substitute with mechanics, for instance bone marrow. The end goal was to be able to recreate any and all parts of the human body when necessary. Well, under certain circumstances it is. Of course, technicalities aside, the ethics of such research. Well, there were the obvious protests, demonstrations, and death threats. I didn't think it was important. But none of them seemed like serious concerns. Besides, Mr. Auten received death threats for lots of his work. I didn't think this would be any different. He saved a lot of lives with his work, but people have died because of him too. Once in a while, one of the organs built by Auten Engineering malfunctions and someone dies as a result. It's not a common occurrence by any means, but they are tragic, and Mr. Auten often receives the full hatred of the victim's family. And of course, it's very expensive to get a replacement organ. People have gone into debt over them, and that brings about much hatred as well. It's really not as simple as that. It's possible to do good things with bad intention. I'm sorry, It's really not as simple as that. It's possible to do good things with bad intention. I'm sorry, I really don't know much more than this. I know he kept copies of all of his research, but I'm afraid I wouldn't know where to look. That's an odd question. Are you sure? Well, you don't think his cognac was poisoned? If he were... I mean, if he were poisoned, what kind of poison are we... Why didn't I remember until now? This poison we're talking about, is it a sort of clear, oily liquid? I just hope it's still here. Here. I found this in the incinerator yesterday. We burn our garbage daily. I pulled it out because it belongs in the recycling. When I picked it up, I got some of the contents on my hands. It's not water. The texture is more like oil. Because I felt ill all yesterday after I touched it. The same exact symptoms you spoke of. What if it's the poison? What if the killer tried to throw it away? No one in this house puts recycling in the incinerator. Mr. Otten has very strict rules, and we've always followed them. This is the only time I've ever seen something out of place.
Whoa, you two look like you're in a hurry.
And what is it?
It's the poison! Or what's left of it.
Fair enough. So who did it?
The IT guy?
But how did he do it? How'd he get into the office? I thought no one was allowed in. Is that true?
Yes, he's never used the master code, but it does exist.
So he had means and opportunity.
Revenge.
What am I looking at?
So Kevin would bear a grudge against Mr. Otten for cheating his family and using him.
That's a good enough motive for me. And he's the only person with the means to do it. Meaning that we'll probably find his fingerprints on... What is that?
The house is coming out of lockdown. Kevin must be unlocking all the doors.
Kevin isn't going to leave through the front. We never let him past us. Sophia, what other exits are there?
There's an emergency door in the museum.
Li Mei!
Is there any way to lock all the doors again?
There's a panic box upstairs that...
Don't explain it, just go! Kevin, we know you're in there! Kevin! Kevin!
Don't move!
Kevin, it's okay. We're just going to talk.
What if I don't want to talk? I'm not stupid!
No, you're very intelligent. You should know that Sophia's locking the doors. There's nowhere to go. So why don't you just put that knife down and let us talk?
You're lying!
Kevin, please. Just let her go.
You think I'm gonna give up my only bargaining chip?
Mr. Otten! Mr. Otten! Sir!
He doesn't have a pulse.
No, he was just a...
What are you doing?
There's still a chance I can save him!
Con guy, help us move the body. Con guy, help us move the body.
One, two...
That's enough.
What are you doing? This...
Look at him. His skin is pale, his pupils are dilated, and he's covered in sweat. There's a good chance he was poisoned, and you could be poisoned too if you try to resuscitate him. Don't. You did your best, but there's nothing we can... Sophia, everything's going to be okay.
Lee May said he's gone. What happened? Did you know, see it? What's the vault? We should find Aki. She'll know what to do.
She's coming.
Hey, what happened? Died? Did you read his last moments? Interesting. I haven't seen any vaults around here.
The police are on their way. It's a bit of a drive for them. I suggest we all wait down as I don't have any jurisdiction, but it's the best option if you want to stay unnoticed.
Always the gentleman. Nothing. Anyway, we should probably follow...
It's not you.
It means that Miko shouldn't...
What? Well, that's... I don't know where you've been all these years or why, but that look in... The one that says you're already you're digging through the pea... I doubt you would. I sure heard a lot about... Not enough, apparently. I thought you... Do you have any idea how... You know, back in the day, I couldn't go 10 minutes without you. Oh, they're so great. What a joke. When we found her body, at first they thought you'd been kidnapped. As days passed, when I saw you yesterday, things are only as I assume most rich people do. Why do you ask? That's a strange thing to be curious about. Although, looking at his lifestyle, I'm actually inclined to think that any vault he cares about would be in this house. He rarely leaves the house, and security here is tight, even for a high-ranking official. It's obvious that he has trust issues. Someone like him wouldn't let a bank hold on. Besides, I'm sure he'd want to keep a close eye on it too. If there's a vault, it's definitely... Try not to get into too much.
Whoa! Never seen you around. Oh, Kevin. Holy cow! What's up? Yeah? A vault? Can't say I do. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably in his office. It's the most secure place around here, after all. Although, I can't think of anything he might have that's more valuable than that precious artifact collection of his. He sunk more money than I care to think about buying all that old stuff up. Maybe that old museum of his is the vault. He certainly loves it enough. He wanders in there all the time, just to... That room has so much stuff he cares about. There's a blind spot right here. Anything under the camera won't show up on the monitor. It's the only place in the house with such a massive blind spot. I keep telling Mr. Otten that we should reposition the camera, but he refuses. Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
It's locked. It is a puzzle box. You must rearrange the panels on the side to open the doors. I will do it. I want to help. Aki does not let me work because she worries about me. But there's no danger with this. I can be useful again. This will take some time. I don't know. Does it bother you? That is only the first door. The key is in the place between mind and body. I have already searched this room, but you're excited.
So?
Where did you...
Then we'd better have a look at it. Why would we do that? If it's important, we'll let him know about it. Besides, it's not like the police would have found that anyway, so they're not missing out on it. So what are we waiting for?
A lot of this is pretty complicated stuff.
No kidding. It looks like Mr. Otten's been working on some sort of secret project. Oh hey, a video file! Wow, lousy.
Where was this taken?
It looks like security camera.
So Mr. Otten was spying on someone?
Khan, this guy in the video? That's you.
You're...
Since when? Right.
He's panicking.
Stay there! I have to get out of here! Not for long. We're coming out of a lockdown. In a few seconds, the doors will unlock, and I'll be home free. Yeah, you're kinda slow to the party. Your friends already figured that out.
Khan! Kevin is the murderer! Hang in there! We're coming to get you!
Why? Are you He took advantage of my family! He ruined their lives, and it's my fault.
Kevin! Kevin, we know you're in there!
Kansei, don't.
Ugh!
Not bad, kid.
Thank you.
You can thank me later. And you pass out every time you use your Kansei. I could teach you how to control it if you want. How to stay conscious. It'll take a while for you to get it right, but I get the feeling you'll be stuck with us for a while. I hope you don't mind. Hopefully today isn't as eventful. I feel like celebrating our mission accomplished. Good point. I feel like celebrating our mission accomplished by doing absolutely nothing. Good point. Well, either way, we don't have any work today. We might as well enjoy it.
Detective.
Great. Well, hello, Miko. What brings you to this corner?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I just assumed that you want to know what happened with Kevin. We found his prints on the bottle that Sophia brought us. Once we showed him, he pled guilty. He added liquid nicotine to Mr. Otten's cognac and simply waited for him to drink it. When you showed up that day, Mr. Otten had a panic attack, and he went to the bottle for comfort. We wound up killing him instead.
What's going to happen to Mr. Otten's estate now?
Hard to say. Technically, it belongs to Liam, but we're having trouble finding him. He ran off during all the confusion. Guess he didn't want to be arrested for his own crimes.
So he's still out there somewhere?
Don't worry. We always do.
You don't have to tell me, officer.
Well, I'll be seeing you kids around. Try to stay out of trouble, okay?
Anything you say.
You're...
The IT guy?
But how...
What?
Well, that's not a very strong motive to go... I suppose we could test the contents for poison. Well, it's a start, but without a motive, you can't say for sure. I think you've done enough. The police should be here soon.
are you talking? But I don't.
After we reset the path.
And I would never.
Are you done with your wild theories? You mean suicide?
Are you
But why? I know it unless you have...
Khan, why would he call us here to speak with us?
I'll say. So there's at least motive.
But how?
Are you sure?
The report. When? He was speaking with her the entire time. She wouldn't have gotten the
But what if something... Then...
Really? It seemed like when we were talking earlier, you didn't know who Liam even was. Sorry about that. I have a tendency to get ahead of myself. So, how... So, about Liam's hobbies, does he I mean, well, do you enjoy watching fights? You know, things like... Well, do you know if he has a girlfriend? Ooh. Can you blame a girl for being too shy to ask? What do you mean? Oh my, I misjudged you.
You're angry. The door won't open.
Oh, hey. Well, no reporter on this. That room is full of... Well, Whoa. Right.
What? That's strange. No, you're probably... Although, looking at his lifestyle, I'm actually... He rarely leaves the house, and it's obvious that he has trouble. Besides, I'm sure he'd want to... Talk to you later.
Holy cow!
Oh, Kansei! No, it's not your fault. I know I can get too pushy. I tend to be single-minded when I have a job, and sometimes I go too... I really am sorry. Hey, is something wrong? Well, the lights went out for a bit, and I saw Sophia run by earlier. What? Are you sure? Did he die of natural causes? William Otten is not a popular man. His business practices are already reprehensible, and that's why I came. I was hoping... It's really not... Nothing. It would be awfully irresponsible of me to spread false information, so I really need some hard... Sure thing. See.
Not everything. Come by if you want to ask.
Kansei. Truly? You're telling me that out of nowhere you just guessed that something was wrong. And this guess was so compelling that you pounded on his office door until... Stop lying to me! Mr. Otten is dead and I know you're involved. Why?
Hang on! Kansei didn't do anything. He just happened to be here today. If it weren't for him, you might not even know that...
Then where did this lucky guess come from? Surely you don't scream outside everyone's door the moment you guess that something has gone wrong. The criminal always returns. It was you.
Sophia, I'm so sorry about Mr. Otten. know it's scary, but I know you're a smart woman, and you know that what you're accusing him of doesn't make sense. We're here to help.
I'm sorry, I'm jumping to the strangest conclusions here. I must not be in a very good frame of mind right now. I don't know what I'm going to do now that he's gone.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I just really want to find the person who did this. If there's anything you need to...
What do I think? I think... Feel free to come talk.
Miss... Yes, Mr. Alton mentioned a safe place once or twice, although I'm sure it's in the house somewhere. But the way he spoke of how inconvenient it was, I assume it wasn't located in his study. Of course.
It's locked. Marissa, I'm not allowed to speak about that. No doubt.
You're an interesting guy, Conga. Well, for one, you keep some interesting company. I was bored, so I decided to run facial. I found quite a few newsreels about them, complete with security camera footage and mugshots. I admit, I literally laughed out loud at the one where they sold ownership shares to the Space Needle. Oh, you didn't. Like I said, you keep some interesting company. Weirdly enough, when I looked up their police records, they were completely empty. They haven't been charged with anything. The other girl with you is the real problem. I couldn't find a single thing on her. No online profile, no yearbook, no images of her anywhere. Dude, seriously? Gotta make a real effort to be that much of a ghost. There's no way that the government isn't involved in trying to cover some... Oh, come on, it's not like that. Besides, how much do you know about her anyway? Of course you do. You're the genius detective. Genius siblings solve another cold case. I gotta admit, you're actually kinda cool. So are you on a super secret mission right now? You know, since you're using a fake name and hanging out with criminals and stuff. That's so cool! Hey, do you think the government would hire me to do, like, spy computer stuff? Sweet! Come by if you want to ask me anything.
Oops. I was just upstairs with Liam. Oh, don't look at me like that. For your info. Maybe the killer is after it too. We should try to figure out what's in it. Or, better yet, actually find it. Darn. Well, exercise the options you have, I guess. Have you found that vault he was worried about? Might want to start there. That's cool.
Hey,
Yeah, figured as much.
well,
Liam Otten, just the man I wanted to see.
what?
I'd like to interview you for the magazine Modern.
Oh. What? Oh, yeah. Well, he always told me it was in a place I could get to easily, but no one would be able to see me. I wasn't really paying it. He was pretty proud of it, though. Said that even if someone managed to find and open it, they still wouldn't get the contents. I don't know. Maybe it's booby-trapped.
Oh, hello, Kansei. Did you need to... Well, it's nothing bad. I just needed a place where I could be private. There are cameras all over. That's terrifying. Aren't you bothered by the fact that someone you don't know could be watching your every move? We give up so much of our private lives into the hands of strangers, and we don't even think twice. Doesn't it bother you? Well, Mr. Otten at least had the decency to leave the restroom as a private area. I wonder how long that will... I just needed some time to think without feeling like... Yes, I'm sorry for early. I'm really not sure. Mr. Otten's... I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking. Sometimes I see scandal. I really need to do more research before I...
excited.
That's cool. Whoa, Con! What?
What is that?
Hey, can we finally go now?
What? No.
But we're coming out of lockdown. That beeping noise means that all the doors are going to be unlocked.
Unlocked? Oh no.
Kevin ran out through the museum. I tried to stop him, but he had a knife. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We did the right...
Liam's gone too. He made a bolt for the front door as soon as we turned around. Detective Gursky went after him, but...
How could we have been so stupid? Stupid. Nothing? Well, that's not true. We had everything, Con, but we didn't piece it together fast enough. We should have known. And now look, Marissa's dead, and 2 of our suspects have run away. Surely we could have stopped it. We're going to be in so much trouble. We're done here. Let's just wait for the... There's nothing we can do. What are you talking? Looks like the police are here. We'll talk about this later. So? Then we better... Why would we if it's in the side? So what are we waiting?
Oh.
No. Oh, hey! Wow!
Where was...
It looks like Con, this guy in the video? That's you!
For one, it keeps them interested. I found That's so cool! Come by if you want to ask me anything else.
My husband is very ill right now, but it has nothing to do with Mr. Please do not pry into my... Those are some of his ledgers from one... Are you sure? Well... I'm sorry, I'm really not...
Sophia is in here. She's scared. I don't know.
Kansei! It's Liam! He went nuts and tried to kill us both! Sophia's in there. He locked her in here and she's hurt. I can't... I can't open it without your help. The basement, downstairs. You've got to turn off the power.
Con, turn the power back on. I'm sending Naoki to get you.
He's gone. All the doors in the house unlocked. She's not doing well. Someone hit her on the head pretty hard. Aki's trying to stop the bleeding, but... It's not your fault. Wait for the police to
Hey, you here or what? I got the stuff you wanted.
I'm here. No need to shout, Liam.
Yeah, whatever. This is all I could get. I kinda had to sneak out the back before the police arrested me, too.
What did I tell you about staying out of trouble?
Are you gonna lecture me now or something? It's not like I could have gotten anything else anyway. That Detective Gursky insists on keeping most of these papers as evidence.
Evidence? How did he even find it in the first place?
He didn't. That con guy kid found it.
Con guy?
Some new guy hanging out with the twins and that China doll.
Did he have dirty blonde hair dyed black at the ends?
Yeah, you know him?
You should have stopped him.
Oh, come on. What did you want me to do? Kill him?
Yes, it's what I would have done.
Well, as you and Father are so fond of pointing out, I'm not like you.
Pity, really? Well, at least you finally managed to do your job. How many years did it take you again?
Oh, don't even start. I did what you told me to do. So you'll leave me alone now, right?
You're free to go. Go enjoy the rest of your pitiful life, Liam. There's not much left of it after all.
Hey, you here?
I'm here.
Yeah, whatever.
What did I tell you?
Are you gonna lecture me?
Evidence? How did he even find...
He didn't. That con guy kid found it.
Con guy?
Some new guy.
Did he have dirty blonde...
Yeah.
You should have stopped...
Oh, come on.
Yes, it's what I would have done.
I'm coming! That's easy for you to say. I'm not like... Yeah. Anything but the stairs.
Let's take the stairs. So?
Where should we go? What? But why? I guess that makes sense. Are you sure? No, but if there were a ghost, you'd see it, right? Lee May said you could sense when someone nearby... I'm sorry. I can't imagine having to...
Dead end.
What? Oh. Sophia did say that we'd only have access to certain areas of the house. Then, let's go back. Wow. She's the one who noticed you first, when you used your Kansei yesterday.
The emotions of the deceased were ample.
Well, should we keep... Whoa.
tiger and the dragon are eternal. The dragon is the sly one, ruling through intelligence and trickery. Mind versus body. They represent balance.
I'm surprised that well, it's more like it doesn't seem his style. As far as I can tell, he's never publicly stated he has. Usually an avid collector likes...
It's not art.
What?
It's protection. The words. Safety. Refuge. Peace.
I think so. Li Mei knows better than I do, though. She was born in China. I can only read whatever Chinese overlaps with Japanese characters. I don't know. Well, should we keep...
Alright, Naoki, go reset it.
What?
What? That may be so, but you owe it to your sister, don't you? The case went cold, but maybe if you tell us what you know. Sorry, kid, I'm sworn to uphold the law, even if you don't. We'll talk about this more later. I got a call this morning about my report from yesterday. You've already caused a Are you... They'd find you eventually. It was only... That's... Alright then. Alright then.
Whoa! Sorry. That's not a surprise. He kept refusing to see a doctor. Man, Sophia would... Really is a shame, though. He was a good man. Yeah, Otten Engineering was big into making fake... Man. Sorry. I'll be in the security room if you need me.
Oh, Kangai, hello! Hey, did some... What? Murdered? I suppose... The whole thing wasn't exactly a... It's a long story, but the... It's a possibility. I'll talk to you later then.
A sixth. Mr. Ott. Mr. Otten has run a good number of studies on genetics, but experimentation, that was nearly 20 years ago. Of course.
He was very yes. No dust settles here. It means that this place is quiet and safe from influence of the outside world.
Hey, Kansei, right? Just wondering. Murdered?
No, definitely no. She said I had more time. Why?
Are you
No. I'm gonna... I just...
That's a pretty... Listening to rumors is a danger. Then let's hope she turns something up. Well then, that's an interesting turn of events. Do you know why? try not to get into too much.
That's cool. We'll talk. Well, he did. It sure makes poisoning. But I don't. Darn. Well, exercise the options you have, I guess. Have you found that vault you? I don't suppose you could sneak in or something. Darn. Well, exercise the options you have, I guess. Have you found that vault you was worried about? Might want to start there. That's cool. Well.
You're an interesting guy. Well, that's disappointing. It would be cooler if it were. Yeah. You think so? Because I think there's... My parents took out a loan so I could go to a good college, yeah? Everything looks okay until my last year when the company suddenly changed. The minimum payment shoots up and the interest rate goes through the roof. Sure they can. It was in the contract, printed all tiny and illegal. My parents are too trusting, but they wouldn't have gotten into this situation. And if I had been there, maybe I could have read the contract myself and seen... So yeah, I feel pretty bad about it. But what can I do, you know? Come by if you want to ask me any...
That's cool.
Oh!
You're...
Come by...
So, this is more than we... So, we'll talk... Looks like... What are you... There's not... We're done. Marissa, we... Not... Oh, how could we have...
Liam's gone too.
No. What? What? What?
Oh,
You're an The other... Of course you do. You're... Besides, how much do you know? Oh, come on, it's... Come back.
You're... Congrats.
I hope you don't mind. Hopefully. So he's...